Hey, welcome to our channel Defense of Earth. Today's video about tanks history. Let's dive into the history of tanks. From World War I to modern warfare, tanks have played a crucial role in military history, evolving from slow, cumbersome war machines to highly sophisticated, fast, and lethal weapons of modern combat. Born out of the harsh realities of World War I trench warfare, tanks have since transformed how wars are fought, influencing battles across the 20th and 21st centuries. The birth of tanks, World War I, 1914-1918. The problem of trench warfare at Tubao. The outbreak of World War I, armies relied on cavalry, infantry, and artillery, but as the war progressed, the battlefield became dominated by trench warfare. Soldiers dug deep defensive positions, making it difficult for offensives to advance without suffering massive casualties. The need for a new weapon that could cross trenches, resist machine gun fire, and provide mobile firepower led to the development of the tank. The first tanks, British marked them were. In 1915, the British developed the first prototype tank called Little Willie, which had tracks and armor, but was too slow and unreliable. The first operational tank, the Mark I, was introduced in 1916 and saw action at the Battle of the Somme, September 15, 1916. Tanks were slow, 148 mu, prone to mechanical failure and difficult to maneuver, but they struck fear into enemy troops and could crush barbed wire. The French also developed the Renault FT, the first tank with a fully rotating turret, influencing future tank designs. By the end of WWI, tanks had proven their worth, but were still too unreliable, slow, and lightly armed to be decisive. Interwar period 1919-1939, the development of tank warfare. Tank innovations and doctrines. After WWI, military theorists saw potential in tanks, but countries developed different strategies for their use. The British focused on using tanks in support of infantry. The French built heavily armored but slow tanks, believing in defensive warfare. The Germans developed the concept of blitzkrieg, lightning war, focusing on fast-moving tank units to break enemy lines. Important interwar tanks. Vickers Medium Mark Bourgeois, UK, one of the first tanks designed for mechanized warfare. Renault R35, France, heavily armored but slow, relying on a static defense strategy. Panzer I and II, Germany, light tanks used for training and early blitzkrieg attacks. Although the interwar period saw many experiments, it was in World War II that tanks truly revolutionized warfare. World War II, 1939-1945, the golden age of tanks, the rise of tank warfare. World War II saw mass production of tanks, technological advances, and the development of specialized tank divisions. Key tanks of World War II, Germany, blitzkrieg tactics. Panzer III and IV, backbone of early German tank forces used in Poland, France, and North Africa. Tiger I and II, heavy tanks with powerful armor and guns, but expensive and prone to mechanical failures. Soviet Union, mass production and strength. T-34, one of the most influential tanks of all time, with sloped armor, mobility, and reliability. KV-1, heavily armored, effective against German anti-tank weapons early in the war. United States, mass production and efficiency. M4. Sherman, versatile, easy to produce, and heavily used in both Europe and the Pacific. M26 Pershing, introduced. Late in the war, it was better armored and armed than the Sherman United Kingdom infantry and cruiser tanks Matilda II, strong armor but slow, designed for infantry support. Cromwell and Comet, fast and maneuverable, used for breakthroughs, tanks in major battles. Fall of France, 1940, German blitzkrieg overwhelmed French defenses with panzer divisions. Battle of Kursk, 1943, largest tank battle in history between German and Soviet forces. The Soviet T-34s proved decisive. D-Day, 1944, Allied forces landed in Normandy with Shermans and Churchills to break German defenses. By the end of the war, tanks had evolved into powerful and essential battlefield weapons, setting the stage for the Cold War. Cold War era, 1945-1991, the age of the main battle tank, MBT. The birth of the MBT concept after WAT. Tanks became faster, more heavily armed, and integrated into modern mechanized warfare. The main battle tank, MBT, replaced light, medium, and heavy tanks, combining firepower, speed, and protection into one vehicle. Key Cold War tanks, United States and NATO, M48 and M60, Patton, backbone of U.S. forces during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. M1 Abrams, 1980s, introduced composite armor and a 120mm smoothbore gun, still in use today. Soviet Union T-54-55, most produced tank of all time, widely used by Soviet allies. T-72 and T-80, highly mobile, strong firepower, and used in various conflicts. Tanks in Cold War conflicts. Korean War, 1950-1953, U.S. M26 Pershings and Soviet-supplied T-34s clashed. Vietnam War, 1955-1975. Tanks were less effective due to jungle terrain, but still used in key battles. Arab-Israeli Wars, 1956, 1967-1973. Israeli tanks, including British Centurions and American M60s, clashed with Soviet T-55s and T-72s. During this period, tanks became high-tech and specialized, setting the stage for modern warfare. Modern tank warfare, 1991, present, Gulf War, 1991. The superiority of Western tanks. The M1 Abrams and British Challenger 1 dominated Iraqi Soviet-made T-72s. New technology like thermal imaging and advanced armor proved decisive. Recent tank battles and developments. Iraq War, 2003-2011. Tanks were used in urban combat, leading to innovations in tank survivability. Russia-Ukraine War, 2022 present. Tanks like the T-90, Leopard 2, and M1 Abrams continue to play major roles. The future of tanks, unmanned tanks, and AI-controlled vehicles are being developed. Active protection systems, APS, like the Israeli Trophy system, defend against missiles. Lighter, more mobile tanks with advanced electronics are being designed. Tanks in the 21st century. From their humble beginnings in WWI to their dominant role in modern warfare, tanks have continuously evolved. Despite challenges from anti-tank weapons and drones, they remain essential to military strategy worldwide. As technology advances, the tank's role may change, but its symbol of power, strength, and battlefield supremacy remains as strong as ever. If you like our content, please hit the like and subscribe.